Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Today is July 7th. Sharing this market recap for today. I am closing the day out $93,000 across all of my funded and eval accounts using Tradecopia, so you can see here. And then this was the trades that I took, which we will go into together right here. So I'm going to pull up the charts right now. So coming into today, first thing that caught my eye was this volume imbalance right here on ES. I was hoping whether it was bullish or bearish that it would tap into it. So I'm just going to highlight it here in blue. And then for NQ, pretty much the same thing, but the volume imbalance is not as obvious. So mostly on ES, I was looking forward to this. And then dropping into the 4-hour, ES at this point was already here. So first point of interest for me, if ES was to go lower due to the SMT, would have been somewhere around this area, and then these lows down here. So nothing to mark out there, but again, this 4-hour volume balance also had my interest. So 4-hour VI. And then coming into the 1-hour, pretty much the same thing. Seeing the structure, nothing much here. And so now we drop down to the smaller time frames, primarily the 5-minute. So at market open, it was looking like this, right? So 9:25. I usually wait the first 15 minutes. So 1, 2, and 3. So what stands out to me here? First of all, we were so close to tapping that daily volume imbalance at Asia lows, but we didn't. So this kind of made me even more certain that we could likely come back and rebound some of this to sometime today. And yeah, I think just again, bias was clearly bearish. But there was nothing to confirm off of. And then I was also noting these lows here on NQ. Thursday lows, if I look at like the 15-minute. See that? So if we were continuing lower, the only real point of liquidity I want to see grabbed is this one right here. So anyways, dropping to the 5-minute. Again, I try to trade the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. silver bullet. So just patiently waiting. I'm seeing, NQ is much stronger to the downside. We are clearly rejecting Asia lows. ES is still holding up strength, but now it's completely obliterated London lows. It looks like it's shooting for Asia lows and into this daily volume balance, which I was eyeing. So just patiently waiting, and then boom, tagged. Tagged, yes, but this is a big volume balance. I would like to at least see halfway, or at least a deeper retracement in. So now seeing this candle close, I'm going to exit. Well, maybe not exit. So first thing that stands out immediately, it's 9:55. The next candle is going to be silver bullet, and we have just formed a 5-minute SIBI right here. Boom. Same thing here on NQ. And note how NQ is weaker. So if I'm going to take a trade, I would like it to be on NQ into these lows. So this is where, okay, I'm eyeing this area next. If it comes in, rebalances it, and shows a clear rejection, an immediate clear rejection to go lower, I think that was where my idea came in. and with high confidence. So you'll see here silver bullet starts. We immediately rebalance and drop lower. So this is where on the 1 minute, um, you'll see here, this is that same 5 minute fair value gap on ES, likewise for NQ. We tap into it and we show a clear rejection. I waited for a clear 1 minute candle close that made me feel confident we would go lower, and this was that candle. So stop here and then midpoint of the volume balance for a 1-to-1. I took this trade more so on NQ. So I believe it was something like the same candle as ES, this candle. And then my stop was this point high because of this nice little sweep of this high. So that was my point of invalidation. And then if this would, invalidate me, that would mean that that's going to be a big engulfing green candle above this SIBI, which would invert it. So I think that was a good point of invalidation. Likewise with ES, but NQ more so because it's weaker. And then, I just rode it all the way down here. Thankfully, this was a pretty smooth delivery down into TP. And, we did go much lower. Like this could have been like a 2.5R trade, but I was happy with what I had. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So market's still open right now. We are currently, we've made a huge retracement back higher, but yeah, I caught the move in the silver bullet. This is what I would call a classic continuation model. This is not, a reversal model, a continuation model lower. So as long as your draw is right, yeah, the continuation model does work, and just make sure you have a clear invalidation point, because sometimes you can get the draw right, everything's right, but price might want to do something funky and take out some highs or lows first and then continue. So just making sure that my stop placement was good, and then everything else pretty confident. So yeah, just and ending up the day up real nice. And that concludes this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow.